Missed an episode of your favorite podcast? Choose from over a decade of content in our archives, not just the latest episode. All free at GCNlive.com.
This is your call to action. Get prepared, America. Economy, survival, energy, disasters. This is USAPrepares.com. Informative radio, educational radio. Interact now by emailing instructor@USAPrepares.com or text at 434-390-7953. Class, please take your seats. Now, your instructor, Vincent Finelli.
Watch the greenbacks tumble.
Do we have to? Everyone all set, cocked, locked? Here we go. Your dial set correctly to USAPrepares.com. Thank you for being with us today. We're delighted you're here. And Captain John Regan, welcome.
Good morning, Vincent.
So, John, geez, I was just thinking about all the things that have happened to you. Now, when you sit in this seat, the one I'm in, you've had your instructors just say, "Listen, I'll see you. I gotta go," and just leave. You've had instructors not show up. What else has happened?
I haven't hit every experience, but I think it's getting close. I set in for you Wednesday, and you know it's bad when the guest doesn't call in.
Wow. Yeah, and I don't know what happened. I expect to see Norm tonight at the meetup, and I'll see if I can find out what happened. But I didn't even know about it until just before this broadcast when you let me know, because I did not listen to the broadcast. I was with a family member, having some what'd you call it? Took a family member to the doctors. But thank you for being there. Wow, I didn't realize what happened. Now tonight we have a meetup at Jimmy's Egg, and I'll be there tonight. Dr. Norman Shealy will be there, and Silent Night will be there, as well as a number of your other instructors. And I've gotten some calls this morning about the meetup. People who've heard us on Hagman and Hagman, and they want to come to the meetup at Jimmy's Egg. That meetup is 4:45 to 8 p.m. tonight, Monday, in Springfield, Missouri, at Jimmy's Egg. And the information's on the website, USAPrepares.com, USAPrepares.com. So, John, I need to tell you this. I'm bursting. I'm so angry with what happened on Friday. I've been having this problem with my credit card. And so here's the full disclosure. There's a general store called Casey's General Store in Springfield and throughout the Midwest. There's a bunch of them. It's like 7-Eleven. That's what it's like, except it's upscale. And they had a credit card application where you could get a reward, which would be they'd give you gas cards back, $20 gas cards, depending on how much you spent. The more you spent, the greater the number of $20 gas cards you'd get. Well, I signed up early, and it used to be a MasterCard, and then they got rid of that provider, and now it's a Visa. And this particular card is issued by UMB Financial. UMB Financial. You want to remember that name because I absolutely positively despise that company. The last straw. They've shut me down. They've denied my transactions. And they told me that, wow, Mr. Finelli, you have 99.2% of your transactions have been approved. That's really a high percentage. And I said, not to me. Not to me. The right percentage is when you approve 100% of my transactions. Because I don't buy things from questionable merchants. Well, they think they're doing me a big favor by approving 99.2% of my transactions. Well, they called me on Friday. An officer of the bank called me. Very, very sweet-sounding voice. And she told me it was a courtesy call. And she mentioned the term courtesy call at least 3 or 4 or 5 times during the conversation. And she told me that she's just letting me know that they are going to report me to a credit bureau. They're going to report me. And I asked them, really? So why is that? Is there a problem with my account? Do I not pay my bills? No. I pay my bills in full, zero them out every month, which in banking terms makes me a deadbeat. It's the opposite of what you would think. You know, we would think a deadbeat is someone who does not pay his bills. In banking terms, a deadbeat is someone who pays his bills on time, does not incur interest charges, penalties, late fees, over-limit charges, all that stuff. That's a deadbeat to a bank. So I'm a deadbeat because we do not incur any of those nuisance charges. Well, here's what they said. They said that there were some names on my account that they didn't like. And they didn't use those exact words, but they didn't like some of the names on my account. And because of those credit cards being in those names, they were going to report me to a credit bureau, or to the credit bureaus. And I said, so give me an example. They said, Anthony Soprano. And I said, has Anthony Soprano ever not paid his bill? They said, no. No. And I said, okay, close my account right now. Close my account. I don't want to do business with you guys. So I closed my account with UMB Financial. And unfortunately, I had a wonderful relationship with the top management of Casey's General Store. I know the vice president of finance. And I told him about what Casey's is. Casey's is a great company. And I used to buy gas there until I had a problem with one of their affiliates, their credit card company. Now, why would I do business with UMB Financial when they say they're going to report me to a credit bureau? Why would I do business with them? Now, here's what this means. This isn't just being a tattletale. This means that my insurance rates would tend to go up on what? My homeowners, my farm owners, my automobile insurance, because all of that is tied to your credit bureau rating. So the higher your credit bureau score or credit score, the lower the potential for your insurance premiums is. And so this lousy bank, in my opinion, lousy bank, UMB Financial out of Kansas City, Missouri, is someone I will not do business with. I won't do business with them. And in that line of thinking, I don't want to associate with people who vote for people who want to do me harm. Anyone who wants to vote for Hillary Clinton, they want to have the first dyke in the White House as president. I'm not interested in associating with them at all. I remember when someone was a homo, and they were called perverts. I'm not interested in dealing with people who want to do me harm. I'm not interested in people who want to steal from me. I'm not interested in people who want to call the cops on me. I'm not interested. I don't want to do business with them. And UMB Financial are horrible, in my opinion. Horrible. I haven't done anything to cause them any problems. They're causing me problems. I pay my bills. Okay. That's it for the moment. On UMB. I'm going to make sure that I do what I can to help shorten the line at UMB Financial. And class, take a look at your credit card and see what it says on the back. See if it says, and it's in tiny print, you're going to need a 20x magnifying glass to read it. But see if your card's issued by UMB. And if it is, you may want to consider dumping them the way I did. I'm not willing to be threatened by these thugs. I know they're listening. And I know they've singled me out because I've reported who they are on the air multiple times. And this is, and I hope they escalate this, because the more they escalate it, the more I'll talk about them and name their names and show pictures of where they live on the internet. Bring it on. Bring it on, UMB Financial. I'm ready. So, John, what's on the list?
Well, just wanted to say last week I saw a meme, and it went something like this. If the Republicans had fought against Obama as much as they're fighting against Donald Trump, where would our country be now?
Yeah. And that's how I feel about UMB Financial. I think there's somebody that I don't want to do business with. So here's the lesson. Here's the lesson. American men are weak, and so few of us will stand up. So few of us. I used to think it was 5%. And then I thought, I think that's too many. Maybe 3%. I used to think it was 3%. Then I thought, wow, that's too many. Then 1%. That's too many. My new revised estimate of how many people actually have what it takes, the testosterone, the testicular fortitude, the guts, 0.1%. We've become so weak, I just can't believe it. I can't tell you how many people I run into and they say, well, I just want to get along. Really? You just want to get along. People are running over you, stealing from you. I was talking with one of our instructors this morning, Joey, before the broadcast. And we were talking about young people. Young people do not have a chance to become farmers. If they had to go buy the land, they absolutely, positively couldn't do it. And a young person today hardly has a choice of being a homeowner. Hardly. Think about it, class. That's brought to you by the people who have been selected for your voting pleasure. How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
It's no secret that pathogens such as bacteria, viruses, molds, and fungus can inflict severe damage in the human body. Fortunately, a new and vastly improved silver solution has been developed. Supernatural Silver is a revolutionary broad-spectrum antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal solution that can be used inside the body as well as on the skin. Supernatural Silver is unique and superior to colloidal and ionic silvers, using a patented technology that is highly effective against colds, flus, infections, food poisoning, and yeast, in addition to many other pathogens. Supernatural Silver is scientifically supported, extremely safe, and is the #1 choice of thousands of people for immune system support. Find out how Supernatural Silver could change your life. Go to supernaturalsilver.com and use the promo code HEALTHY for 20% off. That's supernaturalsilver.com, and like us on Facebook.
Are you looking to sell body armor? Want to make extra money selling body armor at your local gun shows? With low minimum buys and great returns, Katie Armor is the answer. Make money in your spare time. It's American-made body armor with the quickest turnaround in the industry, which means you get your product when you need it at very competitive rates. And they'll ship it to you for free. If you own a business, give them a call today at 855-488-KATIE. That's 855-488-2284. Or go to katiearmor.com. Come and take it.
As if chlorine in our water weren't bad enough, now they're adding ammonia?
It's true. Some municipalities are now adding ammonia plus chlorine to your water supply. It's a disinfectant called chloramine. But with a trusted Big Berkey water filter, you can keep chloramine out of your water. New NSF EPA certified lab tests show EPA Berkey water filters remove chloramines, pharmaceuticals, BPA, pesticides, bacteria and viruses, all forms of fluoride, and much more. Big Berkey water filters are the original and most trusted on the market. The gold standard in water purification. And our filters last for years at less than 2 cents per gallon. Big Berkey, the one that's powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. Get your Big Berkey today. Call 1-877-99-BERKEY or click BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. That's 1-877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
For the most amazing, calming, brain-stabilizing, blood sugar, and natural addiction-breaking formula, try CalMind. Anxiety melts, panic is gone, sleep is restful, and you'll stay calm during stress. Better than booze, mind-altering drugs, or anti-anxiety, antidepressant, toxic medications, CalMind lubricates your mind so you'll sail through the day effortlessly. Order Dr. Bill Deagle's Nutridyne at 888-212-8871 or NutriMedical.com and listen to the NutriMedical Report every weekday on the GCN Radio Network. NutriMedical, bringing nutrition and medicine together.
Class Captain John Regan's with us in Texas. Justin's engineering in Minnesota at Genesis. John, back to you.
There's something about Fridays this month. This Friday, March 11th, the 5th anniversary of Fukushima. Can you imagine 5 years ago, very few of us even knew the word Fukushima. And it should start getting interesting from here because when I've been looking at radiation exposure events, typically the incidence of cancer really starts kicking in around the 5-year point. So we'll be keeping an eye out for that. And in fact, if you're following along at home, we're on the news tab of the financialstateoftheunion.com, and I'll be picking up with the Fukushima section starting off today. The Friday after that is the start of the Hear the Watchman conference here in Dallas. I'm really looking forward to that, and the top link in the section goes to the Hear the Watchman website. And if you can't attend right now, you can sign up for the live stream, which will also be available for about 10 days after the conference, where for just $29, you can get to see all the wonderful speakers that they're having in there. And that price will be going up sometime late next week to $49. Still a great deal, but you can lock in that $29 right now. And then the Friday after that is Good Friday. So it's just interesting how the Fridays are falling for the rest of this month. Okay, and the Fukushima section. Well, quickly, as usual, I've got the links posted for A Tale of Two Droughts. Basically, there's no change there. However, the weather that's happening this weekend and during this week, the next couple of weeks' reports should start showing a little bit of change. First up under Fukushima, your radiation this week. And the loser this week is Little Rock. Over 1,600 counts per minute. And right behind them is Kansas City at 1,531. It's amazing to watch. And again, Washington, D.C. tends to do fairly well. I don't know if they've got technology or if it's weather modification or what. their high peaked at $3.99. Still considerably higher than what it should be, but compared to a lot of places, it's kind of like an oasis. There was a new government report out, Fukushima radiation found in U.S. marine life. And this is in a variety of marine products harvested off the West Coast. It says the effects of the exposure need to be studied and understood in coming years. Well, gee, I did a little bit of research and discovered, this alpha and beta radiation that we learned about in school where, if you're sitting in the room with it, unless there's a whole lot of it, it's really not going to cause much damage. But if you inhale it, ingest it, and it gets into your body, that's when it becomes really damaging. And and this is just more confirmation. You should not be eating any food coming out of the Pacific, at least not without a radiation detector. And thought this one was interesting. I titled the link, "When the Poop Hits the Nuke." We've talked about when the poop hits the props. And this is actually when the poop hits the power lines that's going to the nuke plant. We've had an instance where the bird poop shorted out the lines, which caused the nuclear plant to shut down because, of course, nuclear plants need to be on the grid in order to operate. Vincent?
Yeah, John, I'm looking, as you're saying this, I'm looking at the netc.com website. And Radcon 4 alerts in Oregon and Ottawa, Canada, right this second. And, the United States is lit up like a Christmas tree. Absolutely lit up like a Christmas tree. NETC.
Hunters, anglers, campers, and survivalists. Get back to nature. Expand your horizons with the highest quality, most versatile, unique slingshots and sling bows on the market at slingbow.com. Slingbow products are compact and models start from just $17.98. They're perfect for your bug-out bag or storing in your vehicle. Give yourself and your loved ones the excitement and tradition of Slingbow. A new frontier in archery and truly modern twist on this primitive survival tool. Feel the thrill only at slingbow.com. So you've got to take a state construction license exam or certification. Can't decide on what books or what chapters to study? Discover right now how you can eliminate unnecessary books and wasted study time. At contractorexam.com, our study materials zero in on state-required test topics in an effective, multiple-choice format. So whether you're a plumber, electrician, general contractor, or other construction-related trade, contractorexam.com will help get you prepared. Visit us at www.contractorexam.com today.
My name is Don Wiskin, and at 42 years old, I suffered a massive heart attack and was told I'd be on disability for the rest of my life. What did I do? I created Extendivite, a garlic and cayenne mix of 7 herbs which rebuilt my heart and gave me back my life. For over 17 years now, I have made this formula available to you so you don't have to suffer the same thing I did. Clean your blocked arteries and strengthen your heart and boost your natural immune system. I'm 60 years old now, and I still work every day. To get your Extendivite, call 1-877-928-8822. That's 1-877-928-8822, or visit heartdrop.com. Extendivite is only $69.95 for a 2-month supply of either capsules or liquid.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
Don't know what's in your drinking water? Better get a ProPure. With the Pro 1G 2.0 all-in-one filter, remove over 200 contaminants, including fluoride and lead. Taste water the way nature meant it to be. Clean, crisp, and refreshing. See the complete line of ProPure water filtration products. There's a ProPure system for you. Visit your authorized ProPure dealer for details on our current free shipping special or ProPureUSA.com. That's ProPureUSA.com.
Hey, I rode the elevator with you, but I don't work on the upper floors. I just want to squeeze in there right next to you, so the RFID scanner in my pocket can capture all your personal information, your debit and credit cards, even your work ID badge. So your identity is now my identity. Going up, so am I.
For over 10 years, ID Stronghold has pioneered RFID blocking wallets and ID badge holders for consumers, the U.S. military, and even the Executive Office of the President. Shouldn't you be protected too? ID Stronghold wallets cost about the same as wallets in most stores, but give you extra protection.
I'm Wal Augustinowicz, founder and CEO of ID Stronghold. Don't be a victim of electronic pickpocketing. Protect yourself from crimes you can't see with ID Stronghold wallets, card sleeves, and purses.
Visit idstronghold.com and get the original RFID blocking wallets and badge holders. idstronghold.com.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
I'm Nick Soboleski, a Select Quote agent with a true story that could save you hundreds of dollars a year. A woman named Linda just called. Her husband, Ray, has a $300,000 group life insurance policy, but is changing jobs and can't take it with him. Well, I impartially shopped the highly rated term life insurance companies we represent and found Ray, who is 41 and takes medication to control his cholesterol, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for under $26 a month. That's almost twice the coverage for less than half of what he had paid. If SelectQuote hasn't shopped for your life insurance, you're probably paying too much.
For your free quote, call 1-800-403-4885. That's 1-800-403-4885. 1-800-403-4885. Or go to SelectQuote.com. We shop, you save. Get full details in the example policy at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Your price could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
Last tonight's meetup. Silent Night will be there. I'll be there. Norm Shealy will be there. And ringer or infiltrator. And ringer is someone who uses pretense to gain advantage. Infiltrator is just a plain old spy. And we may have one in our midst at the meetup. And we're going to find out. And please join us tonight, 4:45 to 8 p.m. at Jimmy's Egg. You know, you're talking about Fukushima. And yesterday I was working cows with the family. And we were delousing cows, and we were treating them for parasites and worms. And the little boys, the bulls, got banded, which is this very heavy rubber band that's put around their testicles to keep them from reproducing and breeding with their sisters. Maybe that's what happened to our politicians. And I was thinking about this, and I think politicians should be banded. Actually, their parents. And looking up at the sky, I noticed there were 46 chemtrails yesterday. 46. That means there were 46 airplanes flying simultaneously. Because I counted them all at one time. 46 airplanes spraying chemicals over our little part of the world. This morning before the broadcast, 11 more. And I noticed that I'm becoming more and more thirsty. And I noticed I had difficulty breathing out there yesterday afternoon, after the chemicals started falling down, and we were breathing it. All of us were breathing it. Everybody who was outside was breathing this. These guys are traitors. They're killing us. And I guess what goes around comes around. I'll just stop right there. but I'm looking at the radiation map in etc.com, and the United States is lit up. John, back to you.
I like to throw in something on the lighter side if I can find something. Down in Government Smarts, I titled the link "Climb Every Hill," taking off "Climb Every Mountain" from The Sound of Music. Not. And it turns out that the People's Republic of San Francisco bought some environmentally friendly buses, $26 million worth. Only one problem, even though my MBA is from Golden Gate University, I've never been to San Francisco, but I've seen the layout of the land in TV shows and movies. It's very hilly there. Well, these underpowered green buses can't climb the hills, so they're going to have to use them in the flatter areas and come up with a plan B to replace the buses for the hilly parts.
John, let me see if I understand this. I can't think of one time that I've ever went to purchase a vehicle, whether it was through a dealership or an automotive reseller or an individual. I can't think of one time where I haven't taken that vehicle for a test drive, not once. Now, I don't know of any government agency that buys things on a mass scale without a committee being involved in bid openings and those kinds of things. And I've written specs, the specifications for bids for government agencies and government organizations and governments. I've written the specs that say that the equipment that is being bid will meet the following specifications. That being the case, I can't imagine how any organization, including a government organization, with a group of people involved responsible for the purchase of millions of dollars worth of equipment, could buy said equipment without test driving it, without being certified by the manufacturer that it will do these things, like climb uphill and be able to stop going downhill repeatedly all day long. How is it possible? Everyone in that chain of events in the purchasing of this equipment should be fired. Every single person, including the secretary who typed up the document. And then maybe, just maybe, if we set the tone that way, then maybe people will be responsible in their actions. Because the secretary could say, boss, it doesn't say anything about going uphill or downhill. Don't you think it ought to say something like that? It's unbelievable. I think we're becoming dumber by the second. And how about in those third world countries, Captain John Regan, when you see all those people hanging off the side of buses? They hang off the sides, they're on the roof, they're hanging out the windows. The bus is overloaded by a capacity of probably 2 or 3 times. And they're still able to move, right?
Yeah,
and we can't even get a bus to go up the hill.
School bus in the Philippines.
That's what I'm talking about. Unbelievable. We are just so dumb. And I keep thinking about Donald Trump. The Republican establishment hates him. They hate him. There are people who are going to see medical professionals because they have this fear that he will be elected as president. And if that's the case, a whole bunch of people are probably going to lose their jobs, which I think is wonderful. I think it's wonderful that these government parasites who we are paying to stand in our way and inspect and detect and reject us, that they get fired. I think that is wonderful. And a good start would be if 50% of them get fired. That'd be a great day. What's next?
Now let's jump up to the health section, the skinny on fat. And this is from Dr. Mercola. And the actual title in his article, Could Eating the Right Fats Save 1 Million Lives Per Year? And this relates to preparedness too. It's very easy to store up protein and carbs, but to store up fat, it's just about impossible because the fat will oxidize, go rancid, and then it doesn't help you. And if you don't have enough, especially the right kind of fats in your diet, it affects your health. And it's a pretty long article, so I can't get into the details because there's just too much else to get into. But it breaks down the types of fat, the saturated, the monosaturated, the polyunsaturated, and it talks about how saturated fats have gotten a bum rap. Your body needs a certain amount of these as building blocks. Then you get into things like the omega-3s, which are it's essential fatty acid. You got to get it from your diet. It used to be the best source was fish, but now between Fukushima, pretty much taking care of everything in the Pacific, we had the oil spill and all those chemicals in the Gulf that's polluted the Gulf, and that's gone up along the Atlantic. It's kind of hard to find good fish, and then even the freshwater fish here in America, the mercury from the coal electric plants in China comes over here, deposits in the streams and lakes. So if you go fishing here, you get too much mercury from the fish, not because of American power plants that the administration is closing down, but from the Chinese power plants. But you can still get omega-3s from properly raised animals. That's, grass-fed beef, eggs from real free-range chickens. So there's ways of doing it. It just takes a little bit of work and planning. And one of the key is to keep the omega-6 down, which is typically what you get from what they call the vegetable oils, which is typically either the corn or the soybean or the rapeseed, which is now called canola. And those are what's doing damage in addition to the trans fats, which aren't even real fat. It's like one hydrogen molecule away from being plastic. And then you want to keep the ratios of the 6-3 under 2 if you can. And we're probably in the typical American diet in like the 6-10 or 12 or even more, because we'll eat all this vegetable oil and not eat any good sources for the omega-3s. So like I say, generally I just wanted to, get you a good article here where you can read up about fat. It's important for your health, and to look forward to what do you do for preparedness. And, if nothing else, raise some chickens and get some good eggs.
That's what we do here at the farm. We raise our own beef, and we have free-range chickens. We do. And class, think about that. For your location, if you can raise some chickens and make sure they don't get eaten by the neighbor's dog, you might want to have some. You put them away at night and lock them into a place that's safe for them, because when they're sleeping, they are certainly vulnerable to being killed by predators. But we have lots of eggs. I had a visitor come, and I said, "Can we send some eggs home with you?" Now they're brown, they're all brown. And I said, "Can you get past the eggshell color being brown?" And he said, "Well, I'm not used to that." I said, "Once you're used to it, you can't get past them being white, because they look funny when they're white." We'll be right back. By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration system and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
For over 5 years, you've been hearing about the Berkey guy, so you may know a few things about him. For example, you are well aware of the superior quality and effectiveness of Berkey water filters and accessories. But did you know the Berkeys have had independent lab tests done to prove just how effective they are? It's true, and he can email you the test results. Just visit goberkey.com. You may also know that the Berkey guy has helped tens of thousands of people get better prepared. Now here's something you may not know. GoBerkey.com has amazing specials and deals all the time on a wide variety of survival and preparedness products. Most ready to ship same day. Visit the Berkey Guy at GoBerkey.com and be sure to click the red Products on Sale Now button. You can always call toll-free 877-886-3653. Again, that's 877-886-3653. GoBerkey.com, home of the Berkey Guy.
This is a healthcare alert from the Pain Relief Hotline. If you, a family member, or a loved one suffers from knee, back, shoulder, or ankle pain and have Medicare as your primary insurance, we've got great news. You don't have to suffer any longer. You can immediately qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you by calling our 24/7 Pain Relief Hotline at 866-389-0620. Delivery is free and all paperwork is handled for you. If you are on Medicare and have knee, back, shoulder, or ankle pain, don't wait. You can qualify to immediately receive a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost by calling our 24/7 Pain Hotline now at 866-389-0620. Our representatives are standing by 24/7 to take your call and rush you your pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you. Shipping is free and all paperwork is handled for you. Just call 866-389-0620. That's 866-389-0620. Again, 866-389-0620.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pileski of the Pileski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states.
Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937. Is negative content or comments on the web affecting your personal or professional reputation? Unfavorable comments, embarrassing pictures, videos, legal documents, and negative articles can ruin your personal life, your career, or your business. It happens a lot, and it's just not fair. But what can you do? ReputationDefender.com can help protect your good name. Get a free consultation now. Call 800-831-0771. That's 800-831-0771. Call right now for a free expert reputation analysis. It's easy to squash the unfair attacks with our patented system, and the analysis is absolutely free. Make the best things about you jump out in searches. Protect your personal and professional reputation, your business, and your income. Get your free reputation analysis from ReputationDefender.com right now. Call 800-831-0771. 800-831-0771. That's 800-831-0771. Or visit ReputationDefender.com today.
Destroy harmful bacteria, allergens, bed bugs, dust mites, fleas in your home with the Ladybug Steam Vapor System. The Ladybug dives deep on surfaces without any toxic residue. Traditional control agents contain toxic chemicals which do more harm than good. Sanitize and disinfect using just water. Quick, fast, and surprisingly easy.
Find out more now by calling 800-997-6584. Ask for Randy. That's 800-997-6584. Or go to advap.com/GCN. That's advap.com/GCN.
Captain John Regan's with us, thefinancialstateoftheunion.com, thefinancialstateoftheunion.com. John, we're talking about the economy, and we're talking about the United States falling down. I was thinking about Sears. When I was in high school, I was offered a job at Sears Automotive, and I think we had probably 10 service bays at Sears Automotive, and that's where they hired me. They hired me to be a mechanic there. And we had guys changing batteries. We had guys changing tires, balancing tires, doing electrical system tests to see if you needed a new battery or an alternator or a generator or a regulator. We were putting mufflers and brakes on. We were really busy. There was a waiting line to get in to see us on the weekends. And Sears is now closing stores. Sears is not profitable. And I was reading a post about, here's a title. The stock analyst says Sears is no longer viable as a retailer. And it's not just Sears. There are a whole bunch of large stores like that aren't viable. John, do you relate this to the economy in general? Do you relate this to the fact that people just don't go to malls as they used to, or has Sears just plain old lost its way? Because Sears right now is staying afloat by selling the properties they have. Right now. Sears is not in the business of selling products to customers. They're in the business of liquidating their inventory to stay afloat. Their inventory is their buildings and their land.
That's kind of like the Canadian government selling its gold. It's it's crazy. But to answer your question, I think it's all of the above and probably a little bit more. There's just so much going on between the economy, and they were behind the curve like most of the big retailers were. They were established. They had a successful business model. And when all this online stuff happened, they thought that it wouldn't make any difference to their model. So they were kind of flat-footed when it came to jumping in on that side of things.
And another part of it is sales taxes. Class, I believe that there are individuals such as myself who would rather buy it online and pay shipping than pay sales tax, because sales taxes are so oppressive. In Missouri, sales taxes are about 8% or more. Which is, and there are other locations which are over 8%. It's out of control. So how do you compete with that? How do you compete with that? It's tough. It really is tough. And then you have all the oppressive rules and regulations. John, I was talking with one of my friends over the weekend. He stopped in to have breakfast with us, and they used to raise dogs. They have a first-class kennel system, exercise area. They have doors where the dogs go in and out. I mean, it's absolutely magnificent. And this building was built just for that. Absolutely fabulous. Very expensive facility. And I said, so you guys raising dogs? And he said, no. I said, why? I said, the regulations. They are so oppressive that this family has, I would say, it's maybe $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 just in a building just to raise dogs. And they don't use it because of the regulations. Missouri has become so oppressive in raising dogs. I'm talking about top quality breeds. They're no longer doing it because of the regulations. And that's what's happening to us. People are just giving up. Doctors are walking away from their practices because of the regulations. It's our government that's doing it to us. So how do you look at someone who says, yeah, I work for the government, and look at them and hold them in esteem? How can you do that? John, back to you.
Well, when we come back, we'll pick up with the financial section.
Is there any good news, John? Are we going to hear any good news?
Well, in a way. The first one talks about global shipping has not stopped.
Great. So there is some good news. How long will it take to cover that? Like 10 seconds? Oh, what a mess. Brought to us by a bunch of defectives, perverts, parasites, and scum. I'm talking about the politicians. We'll be right back. How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
Need a powerful ally to fight daily bugs and serious pathogens? Allicin Med is the powerful universal pathogen killer's latest advance of German-sourced allicin, enzymatically stabilized to clear the body of bacteria, fungi, mycobacteria, and parasites. It penetrates body biofilms and is non-toxic to tissues. Pathogen resistance cannot develop for long-term body-optimized wellness. Clear stealth pathogens that promote autoimmune disease, cancer and vascular inflammation and plaque and promote healing of tissues. Now pathogen-free. With 200 milligrams more power than prior Alamed, you can't get a more powerful ally to fight daily bugs and serious pathogens. Give your body what it needs. Allicin Med. Order Dr. Bill Deagle's Nutridyne at 888-212-8871 or NutriMedical.com. That's 1-888-212-8871 or NutriMedical.com. And listen to the NutriMedical Report every weekday on the GCN Radio Network. NutriMedical.com, bringing nutrition and medicine together.
Most of you know that heart disease is the #1 silent killer in the U.S. What if I told you for just $54.95 a month you could fight against heart disease naturally? At Heart and Body Extract, we've been helping thousands of people get back to a healthier heart. Don't just take my word for it. Check out all of the success stories at hbextract.com. Or to order, call 866-295-5305. That's 866-295-5305. hbextract.com. Don't risk it when you can take charge of it.
Are you looking to sell body armor? Want to make extra money selling body armor at your local gun shows? With low minimum buys and great returns, KD Armor is the answer. Make money in your spare time. It's American-made body armor with the quickest turnaround in the industry, which means you get your product when you need it at very competitive rates. And they'll ship it to you for free. If you own a business, give them a call today at 855-488-KATIE. That's 855-488-2284. Or go to KDArmor.com. Come and take it.
Everyone all set and cocked, locked. Hour number 2 of USAPrepares.com. Captain John Regan's with us. And I was just, during the top of the hour commercial announcements, I was talking with our son. And I was going over my anger with UMB Financial, the company that issues the credit card that bears the name Casey's General Store on the front. And he said, no, I don't even use that card, Dad. And I said, well, it's good because I closed the account. And this is as a result, for those of you who missed the hour number 1 report on UMB Financial's credit card. They threatened me. They threatened to report me to a credit bureau because they didn't like the name Anthony Soprano as a user on my credit card. And I asked them if they've ever had any problem with Anthony Soprano. Does he not pay his bills, or is there any problem at all? And they said no, but they were going to report me to the credit bureaus. And class, just to repeat, if you think that your insurance rates are not tied to your credit score, you're probably wrong. Your credit score has impact on your automobile insurance, your homeowner's insurance, and other insurance. Should it? I don't think so, but it does. So these companies are in together. And UMB Financial out of Kansas City, Missouri, has targeted me, and they've shut down my credit card transactions because they didn't like the fact that I don't tell them when I'm traveling. I don't tell them where I'm going. I absolutely refuse to tell a banker where I'm traveling. It's none of their business. I don't care who they think they are. As a matter of fact, I'm looking at bankers as being in the way of transactions now. In the way. Just like lawyers and politicians and other government employees are in the way. So is UMB Financial. They're in my way. So I told them to close my account. They will not report me to a credit bureau because they don't like the name on one of my credit cards. I pay my bills in full every month, but not with them anymore. So if you have a UMB issued credit card, I suggest you consider looking at them very, very carefully. And I've been with Casey's General Store almost 10 years now. And I really like Casey's General Store. And I like their top management. But I can't agree to participate in commerce with them when they have one of their business partners threatening me. And they don't call it threatening. They call it a courtesy call. We're calling you as a courtesy, telling you that we're going to report you to a credit bureau. That's what they told me. UMB Financial. And they used to be the first card in my wallet. And a week ago, I told them that they went from the first card in my wallet to the last card in my wallet. And now they have progressed even further. Now they're not even in my wallet. Why would I use a credit card that declines my transactions when I go to use it? And they tell me that I should feel really good, the fact that they approve 99.2% of my transactions. I want them to approve 100% of my transactions. Otherwise, it's a game of Russian roulette. Pull out your card and will it be declined or not? I'm not willing to play that game because I don't have that problem with any other credit card in my wallet. None. Not once. It's only UMB Financial and their predecessor, Juniper Bank. And both of them, I'm afraid, had the name Casey's General Store on them. And I really like Casey's General Store. But I'm not going to participate in commerce with UMB Financial. Captain John Reagan's with us.
I am.
you know how you have that space between the keys on your keyboard? You know how okay, well, that's where I have this little Casey's General Store credit card. And I looked at it, and it just frosted me just looking at it. So... And I went to the meetup, a couple weeks ago. I handed Mike Hicks, who's one of our instructors, my credit card to pay for my $12 dinner tab, tip and dinner tab. And he came back and he said it was declined. So I spent like 5 minutes at the meetup explaining to the meetup group, yeah, my credit card was declined. It was declined. And it's because it's been declined because of Skype. Skype hit my account for $2.99 plus tax. So I could call Werner Bach in Canada. And because I was traveling outside of, I guess I was outside of the allowed area, John. And here's what they do. They say, UMB Financial says, well, our algorithm learns. It learns when you travel. Really? It learns, so it declines my transactions? And then when I call them, I say, hey, what are you guys doing? They go, oh, well, okay, it's learning. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. Why would I carry a credit card if I didn't want it to work? Why would I do that? So the answer is cash. Cash, class, use cash. Use cash. Then when you get stopped by the police, they go, what are you doing with those $100 bills, boy? It's a lot of money. Is that drug money? I think it's drug. Is that drug money, boy? So we all should start using cash whenever we can and peel it out very slowly and make those transactions take a long time. Let's start slowing down commerce. These people that give us a hard time. John Regan, what's next?
I wrote an article in response to an article that first appeared on Zero Hedge back in January. And it's actually posted it's the article below the resources, but the link is there first thing in the financial section. Global shipping has not stopped. And basically in this article, it puts the map up and shows there's no ships in the middle of the Atlantic or the Pacific, and basically makes the claim there's no shipping going on, and it's been picked up and repeated by a number of places. And if you go in and read the article before the first map, you'll see the sentence, "We aren't experts on shipping, however. So if you have a better site or source to track this apparent phenomena, please let us know." And the thing is, you don't have to be an expert in shipping, but you do have to know how to read a map and understand what that map is telling you. And that's where this whole misreporting started from. The big assumption is when you look at that map is that you're looking at ships based on satellite data. Well, that's a bad assumption. What the map is showing you is AIS, which is Automated Identification System, which is located on ships. I got a link for a Wikipedia article there where you can actually read up about the AIS system. And the map is only showing this data from land-based receivers at ports. So when you peruse the Wikipedia article, a couple of things for you to learn is that the satellite data is available, but is supplied at a cost. And then the other is the range of the system, which the horizontal range, which would be from where the ship is to another ship or a land-based receiver, is 74 kilometers or 46 miles. The vertical, which is what would reach the satellite, is 400 kilometers. So once a ship is out of range of these land-based receivers, they will disappear off of these free internet maps. You do see ships near islands. Examples are the Azores in the Atlantic and, of course, Hawaii in the Pacific. So, other than that, it appears that there's no shipping going on. Now, if you want to buy that full picture, getting the satellite data, it's not exactly cheap. One of the sites referred to in the article is marinetraffic.com. And if you look at their services, getting that data is only $365 a month. And it's billed annually, so we're talking about a little bit under $4,400. And I put a link into my last paragraph there. The transportation industry is suffering enough as it is, which basically gives a quick rundown. We don't need to exaggerate how bad things are. Saying that global shipping has stopped. It hasn't, at least for now. And I'm giving everybody permission to share this as long as you post a link back to my article there. And I hope that clears that up, but I'm sure you're still going to hear this reported. But no, global shipping has not stopped yet.
Yeah, and we're buying a lot of our products from China. And I wanted to talk about some of that. John, I bought a generator. I have an old tractor. My favorite tractor happens to be a 1974 Ford 3000 diesel tractor. And the original generator failed. So I looked at buying a generator, rebuilding the generator, and I thought, you know what? I was talking to Mrs. Finelli. She said, why don't you get one and then rebuild the old one? That way we'll have a spare. I said, great, I'll do that. But I needed to get one rather quickly, so I bought one on eBay. And the country of origin was not specified. It came in from China. And the hardware that mounts it's a little different. It's metric, and the original one was SAE. And so I changed the pulleys and did all those kinds of things. The bottom line was the threaded connector, the threaded part that it attaches to the mechanical speedometer and odometer was so poorly threaded that it stripped, and I had to cannibalize the old one to make the new one work. And it's just so frustrating. A 20-minute job ended up being a couple hours because of the poor quality of some. By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
Hi, my name is Nick Lupo. One World Whey has been by far the best protein that I've ever had. I take it 3 times a day. Once in the morning as soon as I wake, once for a pre-workout snack, and once for a post-workout recovery drink. It has helped me transform and sculpt my body into what I have now. I began taking the product about 2 years ago, and boy, let me tell you, I'm in the best shape of my life. I've seen major muscle mass gains and have 0% body fat. I have had people at my gym ask if I compete in bodybuilding because of how lean and muscular I am. I used to suffer from everyday aches and pains from hard manual labor my whole life, and arthritis that runs through my family. But One World Whey has helped me take that everyday pain from a 10 to a 3. Some days I feel no pain at all, just full of life and energy. It has also helped my skin look younger and healthier. Thank you, Synergistic Nutrition, for One World Whey.
Call 888-988-3325 or visit oneworldwhey.com. That's oneworldwhey.com.
Owe $10,000 or more to the IRS?
Get on board with the Tax Admiral. Don't take on the IRS alone. I'll cut penalties and reduce your overall tax bill. Sometimes I can even get it zeroed out completely.
We're an A-rated company helping people clean up their mess with the IRS.
If you owe $10,000 or more, then call the Tax Admiral.
Call 800-287-7180. Again, that's 800-287-7180. 800-287-7180.
Are you worried about your mom or dad living alone in their house? Hi, I'm Joan London. Listen, I know how difficult it is to find senior care for someone you love. That's why I recommend a free service called A Place for Mom. They are the nation's largest senior living referral service. Call A Place for Mom today.
To receive free information on senior living communities in your area, call A Place for Mom at 1-800-704-6182.
A Place for Mom offers free one-on-one advice from local advisors and a personalized list of senior living communities you can visit. If you have questions about senior care for your mom or dad, there's a place for answers, A Place for Mom.
Call A Place for Mom in the next 10 minutes to get your free ebook on financing senior care as well as free information on senior living communities in your area. Call 1-800-704-6182. That's 1-800-704-6182.
Are you worried about how dangerous the world has become? In these days of terrorist attacks, natural disasters, or even a future collapse, you need to be medically prepared to keep your family safe. I'm Joe Alton, MD of store.doomandbloom.net, where you'll find an entire line of uniquely designed medical kits and supplies for when help is not on the way. For everything from individual first aid kits to the ultimate family medical bag, go to store.doomandbloom.net today. That's store.doomandbloom.net. You'll be glad you did.
Captain John Regan's with us. John, I just want to share with you that probable cause seems to be a problem in Washington, D.C., Washington District of Criminals. And the police sometimes raid the wrong house, terrifying innocent people. And there's a post on the internet, by the Washington Post, WashingtonPost.com. And it says Sally Taylor was sitting in her apartment in Northeast Washington, as in Washington, D.C., one evening in January 2015, watching Bible talk. When her clock fell off the wall and broke, she turned and looked up. Nine D.C. police officers smashed through her door. A shotgun was pointed at her face and she was ordered to the floor. They came in like Rambo, she said. She's a 63-year-old grandmother. She was dressed in a white nightgown. She said she's never had even a speeding ticket. So this heavily armed squad thought they were searching the residence of a woman arrested 2 miles away the previous night for carrying a half ounce of PCP. So Taylor, who did not know this other woman, was terrified, trembling. She told police that the woman didn't even live there. The thugs spent the next 30 minutes searching the house anyway, going through her boxes and her underwear drawer, and they found no drugs and left without making an arrest. So the search warrant executed at Taylor's apartment cited no evidence of criminal activity. Instead, in an affidavit to the judge, the police argued they should be able to search for drugs there based on their training and experience investigating the drug trade. So, here's what's going on. The cops want to practice. Nine thugs in uniforms bashed through this woman's door. Now, who pays for the door? It's an absolute outrage what's going on. And I think it's going to continue until the villagers start bashing through the doors of the cops, while they're watching the ball game. Or they bash through the doors of the cops' homes while their wives are doing the laundry. And the cops' families are terrified the way we, the villagers, are. Now, I'm not suggesting we do this, but I'm saying it's probably going to take something like that in order to get the attention of these thugs or their bosses, like the chiefs of police, like the mayors, the governors, those people have their own small armies. Those guys. It's an outrage. It's an absolute outrage what's going on. And that's why I call those guys the Blue Plague, because that's what they are. John Regan?
Okay, what I'm going to do is cover the second link in financial and the last three in employment. Okay. The second in financial is related to the shipping. In fact, they list 5 articles there, and the third one's the one we were just talking about. And I'm going to email the Zero Hedge and see if I can't get them to post my article to clear the air, so to speak. But this article it hasn't been this bad since the Viking Age. It's a quote from the dry bulk CEO who's warning of a bankruptcy tsunami and counterparty risk. And we've talked about this before with these low rates. It's not covering costs. The companies can only do that for so long, before they go out of business. So we're going to see either a lot of mergers or a lot of takeovers by governments. And just to define the term counterparty risk, that's when you have a contract and this is the risk of the other party not living up to that contract. Last Friday, they released the latest employment fiction, and among the things in there was 80% of those were minimum wage jobs, and the third to last link, according to tax withholdings in the employment section, says, well, I guess we'll cover that after the break.
Captain John Regan's with us. TheFinancialStateOfTheUnion.com. TheFinancialStateOfTheUnion.com. Average gas price for Webster County, Missouri, $1.67 for the regular. We'll be right back.
So you've got to take a state construction license exam or certification. Can't decide on what books or what chapters to study? Discover right now how you can eliminate unnecessary books and wasted study time. At contractorexam.com, our study materials zero in on state-required test topics in an effective, multiple-choice format. So whether you're a plumber, electrician, general contractor, or other construction-related trade, contractorexam.com will help get you prepared. Visit us at www.contractorexam.com today.
Don't know what's in your drinking water? Better get a ProPure. With the Pro 1 G 2.0 all-in-one filter, remove over 200 contaminants, including fluoride and lead. Taste water the way nature meant it to be. Clean, crisp, and refreshing. See the complete line of ProPure water filtration products. There's a ProPure system for you. Visit your authorized ProPure dealer for details on our current free shipping special or ProPureUSA.com. That's ProPureUSA.com.
Are you tired of commuting to a job that makes someone else rich? Working harder than ever, but getting nowhere? Do you hate spending hundreds of dollars every week on daycare? Having someone else raise your children? With our opportunities, you can start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss, work from home, and live a happier life. At Be the Boss Network, you'll find hundreds of work-from-home opportunities that you can literally start today and be earning money as soon as next week. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss. Get out of the rat race. Work from home. Go to freedom106.com right now and change your life today. That's freedom, the number 106.com. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You be the boss. Go to freedom106.com.
Attention USA Prepares listeners. When you're on the road or have limited data or Wi-Fi, now you can listen to USA Prepares Unfiltered and Untapped at no extra charge on this non-federal phone number, 1-605-477-3249. Try it now to listen to USA Prepares 24/7 at no extra cost or data charges. These are not on federal lines. These are lines located on Indian reservations off the grid. Call 1-605-477-3249. No smartphones or internet needed. To hear USA Prepares Untapped and off the grid, just call 1-605-477-3249.
It's about time something new came along for better selling and buying online. And I found it.
What now, Marge?
It's buysellmakeoffer.com.
Never heard of it.
It's a brand new company. That's why you've never heard of it. It's the newest and best way to sell any products online. I did all the research.
Sell my car?
Yes.
Our home?
Yep.
My golf bag?
Your golf clubs. All of them.
How about your purse collection hoard?
Hey, now.
You said any product.
Right. I did. We get 30 days free.
Really?
Packages starting from only $7.95. And buysellmakeoffer.com will never charge item fees, ever. Never. And this is cool. Listen to this. You can even use Skype or video to show your items.
That's cool.
Yes. All we have to do is go to the website, sign up, and then load our stuff to sell. I love this site.
Buysellmakeoffer.com.
Buysellmakeoffer.com. You got it?
Buysellmakeoffer.com.
Buysellmakeoffer.com. Better selling, better buying.
You know about RVs, you've heard about bunkers, but surviving is not recreation, and man wasn't made to live underground. Introducing Survivalist Camps, the ultimate fully functional off-the-grid survival bug-out house that's mobile, well-equipped, and custom-built to outlast any other RV or trailer. Go to survivalistcamps.com to learn more. That's survivalistcamps.com, providing your basic needs to survive. Survivalistcamps.com.
Hey, I rode the elevator with you, but I don't work on the upper floors. I just want to squeeze in there right next to you, so the RFID scanner in my pocket can capture all your personal information, your debit and credit cards, even your work ID badge. So your identity is now my identity. Going up, so am I.
For over 10 years, ID Stronghold has pioneered RFID blocking wallets and ID badge holders for consumers, the U.S. military, and even the Executive Office of the President. Shouldn't you be protected too? ID Stronghold wallets cost about the same as wallets in most stores, but give you extra protection.
I'm Walt Augustinowicz, founder and CEO of ID Stronghold. Don't be a victim of electronic pickpocketing. Protect yourself from crimes you can't see with ID Stronghold wallets, card sleeves, and purses.
Visit idstronghold.com and get the original RFID blocking wallets and badge holders. idstronghold.com.
Captain John Regan's with us, U.S. Air Force Reserves, retired. You know, Captain John Regan, a lot of young people don't know what Washington, D.C. stands for. I mean, we think the D.C. stands for District of Criminals because that's what it's become over the last couple of decades. But Washington is named after President George Washington, and D.C. stands for the District of Columbia, which is named after Christopher Columbus. But a lot of young people didn't know that and don't know that.
And they think government programs can really be free, is why Bernie Sanders has so much support.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. And the establishment is really concerned about Donald Trump, the New World Order group. They're concerned about him. And, you know, one of the things that is one of the common threads among us here at USA Prepares, our organization, is that we don't take direction very well. None of us does. And the reason that we don't take direction well is we don't have to salute anybody. We don't have jobs. And so we can't be threatened the same way that people who have jobs can be threatened. Like, you're going to lose your job, boy, if you don't toe the line. And so they can't use that because we don't have jobs to lose, right?
What's a job?
So one of my friends came over this weekend, and he said that they shut down their company. And so I said, so what does that mean? Does that mean you don't have a job? Does that mean when people say to you, what do you do? You're going to say, I don't have a job? I mean, what are you going to do? And that's what I do. When people ask me what I do, I say, I don't have a job. That's the first thing I tell them is I don't have a job, which really means I'm below second class, whatever that is. I mean, I am just below second class because I don't have a job. And John, we are ranked according to our jobs, right? People ask us what we do so that they know whether to look up to us or look down to us. So I start out with, I don't have a job. So I'm down there at the bottom. And I like being down there at the bottom. Because I have a lot to look up to. What's next?
Okay, I'm just going to cover one link in employment now. The last one, China plans to lay off 6 million workers. And to me, that's a really big deal. And if we get to another link in bigger picture, I'll explain why on that. But let's move on down to preparedness. I've got a link, property taxes. And to back up and give some perspective on this, especially for, I know we've gotten new people here from Hagman and Hagman. What I've done with the Financial State of the Union is I've shown that we cannot avoid a financial collapse. The only question is, what happens after that? Historically, what happens is a war. And boy, can we have some really great wars with the toys we have today. And that would likely result in the destruction of the electric grid one way or another. And if that happens, we're talking about basically the death of 99.5% of the population. And that's actually the happy path. The good news on that path, things like property taxes don't matter. However, if we don't have the war or technology survives what happens with the financial collapse, then we're looking at what we see in a lot of the movies. It's like the Nazi Germany on steroids, where we have all this technology, the Internet of Things, that surveils and controls all aspects of our lives. And if we end up in that side, then things like property taxes and debt matters. And I wish I could tell you which way it's going to go, but we'll find out, as the script unfolds. The challenge is, most places you never really get a chance to own your property. They call it home ownership, but really you're just a serf renting from the government. Because if you don't pay your property taxes, you don't get to live there. There are a handful of states in the United States where you can live where they don't have income tax. Texas is one of those. Now, we pay for that because of higher sales taxes and property taxes. But if you wanted to try and find a place where you don't have property taxes, so you don't risk losing your property for non-payment, there's not a lot of options, and the options are none in the United States. In fact, there's less than 20 countries in the world, and this article lists them. The largest number of them are in the Middle East. There's a couple in the Indian Ocean, a couple in the South Pacific. Closer to the United States, we've got 3 in the Caribbean, the Cayman Islands, Dominica, and the Turks and Caicos Islands. 4 places in Europe, Croatia, Liechtenstein, Malta, and Monaco. And I'm not sure any of those are actually great places to survive in. You may or may not be. I've not researched them. But the point being, if we end up with government still in place on the other side, property taxes are going to be a big deal. And that's where I've also talked about one of the good uses for gold, at least in the interim, is that you can preserve your wealth enough to pay your property taxes. Now, once we get into a grid down situation, there is no supply chain. Gold and silver is pretty much worthless, because if somebody does have something, unless they were stockpiling in order to try to become wealthy off of it, you're not going to get people to trade food for gold. And just another piece I wanted you to have there, if you do want to try and pursue a place that does not have property tax, there's your list, and unfortunately, it's a short one. Vincent?
John, during the top of the hour break, about 42 minutes ago, I had left the studio and went down to the kitchen and warmed up some coffee. And I was talking to Mrs. Finelli about the tax deadline extended for about 30 counties in Missouri. So if your business has been washed away, or your house has been washed away, or your property has been totally destroyed in 2015 because of the massive flooding that we had here in Missouri, you have an extra 30 days to file your income taxes. What I'm saying is, you're absolutely right, John. The taxes don't go away. So if you've absolutely been totally wiped out, and some of these properties have been flooded for over 30 days, can't get back to them. They're washed away. The improvements on the property washed away in flooding, totally destroyed, missing, gone. You have another 30 days to file. Totally wiped out, you get an extra 30 days. You are absolutely right.
Now, before we run out of time here, let's slip into the bigger picture section. The SAP emails. And this is a rather long article. It's written by a retired Army major that worked in Army intelligence. And he talks about these special access programs, SAP. This is the above top secret, the compartmented information. And it came out that some of these emails were SI or TK compartments, which happens to be some of what I had when I was at the Pentagon. And it's very serious to not properly take care of this type of information. And if you want to read about this part of the picture on the intelligence side, that's available to you. Got another one, solar silver. And this is a big deal, especially with the push for the green energy, and it has a statistic in there that it takes about 8 million ounces of silver to construct enough panels to generate 1 gigawatt of electricity. So to try and replace electric with the coal-powered, all the traditional ways of producing electricity with solar, it's going to take a lot of silver. And fortunately, silver is one of those things that's getting to be shorter and shorter in supply. The article I was talking about in conjunction with the China laying off millions of people, too many youngsters except where there's not. The world has a problem, too many young people, and then I really wish I could get into demographics as a whole, because this is a part of the long-range problem as well. It turns out that in emerging countries, there's too many young people, and in the first world countries, there's too many old people, and those types of factors are pieces of the puzzle that would suggest we're heading for war.
Yeah, and it doesn't sound good. Because it's happened before. That's how we fixed the first depression. How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
What would your life be like if you woke up each morning with new vitality, feeling better than you have in years, and you noticed a difference in your sleeping patterns, blood sugar levels, and had a sense of well-being overall? There's something that is changing thousands of people's lives, and you could be one of them. It's called Heart and Body Extract. Sharon Harris, co-creator of Heart and Body Extract, talks about the positive effects of Heart and Body Extract.
What happens with the formula Heart and Body Extract is it's giving the body the necessary vitamins, minerals, amino acids, enzymes, and phytonutrients so the body will heal itself. And yes, the body does have the ability to balance blood pressure, balance cholesterol, clean and unclog the arteries. It can also work on balancing the circulation for diabetics. So the body is an amazing thing. It simply needs some help so it has the tools to heal itself.
Heart and Body Extract gets results. To order your 2-month supply, call now, toll-free at 866-295-5305. Order online at hbextract.com.
It's about time something new came along for better selling and buying online. And I found it.
What now, Marge?
It's buysellmakeoffer.com.
Never heard of it.
It's a brand new company. That's why you've never heard of it. It's the newest and best way to sell any products online. I did all the research.
Sell my car?
Yes.
Our home?
Yep.
My golf bag?
Your golf clubs. All of them.
How about your purse collection hoard?
Hey, now.
You said any product.
Right. I did. We get 30 days free.
Really?
Packages starting from only $7.95. And buysellmakeoffer.com will never charge item fees, ever. Never. And this is cool. Listen to this. You can even use Skype or video to show your items.
That's cool.
Yes. All we have to do is go to the website, sign up, and then load our stuff to sell. I love this site.
Buysellmakeoffer.com.
Buysellmakeoffer.com. You got it?
Buysellmakeoffer.com.
Buysellmakeoffer.com. Better selling, better buying.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pileski of the Pileski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
Hey, I rode the elevator with you, but I don't work on the upper floors. I just want to squeeze in there right next to you, so the RFID scanner in my pocket can capture all your personal information, your debit and credit cards, even your work ID badge. So your identity is now my identity. Going up, so am I.
For over 10 years, ID Stronghold has pioneered RFID blocking wallets and ID badge holders for consumers, the U.S. military, and even the Executive Office of the President. Shouldn't you be protected too? ID Stronghold wallets cost about the same as wallets in most stores, but give you extra protection.
I'm Walt Augustinowicz, founder and CEO of ID Stronghold. Don't be a victim of electronic pickpocketing. Protect yourself from crimes you can't see with ID Stronghold wallets, card sleeves, and purses.
Visit idstronghold.com and get the original RFID blocking wallets and badge holders. idstronghold.com.
If you want to raise the next generation of Patriot leaders, take a look at Freedom Project Academy, a Judeo-Christian online school for kindergarten through high school. No Common Core teaching methods or high-stakes testing. Freedom Project Academy is government-free, doesn't accept any government funding, and is a fully accredited private school. All classes are taught live online with real teachers across the country. Open enrollment runs March through July, but classes fill up quickly. Check them out at fpeusa.org. That's fpeusa.org.
Captain John Regan's with us, thefinancialstateoftheunion.com. You know, class, 2 hours is just not enough time to do what Captain John Regan and I are trying to do. So he'll be with me tomorrow, and we'll do 2 hours together again, and maybe we'll get through some of what we would like to share with you in class. And I was mentioning to John Regan during the break that it is a violation of code in many locations in occupied United States to be off the grid, and we're going to be talking about that tomorrow. You may find that the sheriff shows up with guns drawn if you want to be an off the grid type person like the Beninattis. They arrived with guns, and of course, Child Protective Services were called. And the Beninati family was alleged to be abusing their children, which they're not. Okay, and we're going to talk about that tomorrow as well as many other topics. Meet up tonight at Jimmy's Egg. I'll be there. Dr. Norman Shealy will be there. Silent Night will be there, and we're going to be talking about ringers or infiltrators. And also Norm Shealy will be talking about his study on anxiety. And I'll give you my take on the news. So that's tonight, plus all the other instructors who show up. Usually about 10 instructors at the meetup. Jimmy's Egg, information's on the website. John Regan, back to you.
I'm going to try and get through two more in the bigger picture section. I learned in school that prohibition doesn't work, and suicide by car. Well, We've spent $1 trillion over the last 40 years on this war on drugs, and basically all we've accomplished is feeding the prison industrial complex with more slave labor. And it has done a thing for drug usage, and the legalization of marijuana has done more to fight the drug war and the drug cartels than all the pain we've gone through. Now, when I went to school, They talked about prohibition, which was the prohibition of alcohol, an amendment to the Constitution, and how that didn't work, so it was repealed. Well, the prohibition of drugs hasn't worked either, and I'm not advocating the use of them, but early last century, you'd feel comfortable sending your 8-year-old daughter to the drugstore by herself, and try doing that in America today, and she could pick up some heroin or cocaine for you to help with your pain. And
cigarettes.
Yeah. So that's crazy. Now, let me slip down to suicide by car because I haven't heard this talked about. Chesapeake Energy founder Aubrey McClendon died in a car wreck one day after federal indictment. Now, we don't know what all he knows. Chesapeake Energy grew to be a multi-billion-dollar company. And I find this very suspicious, like he was bright-hearted for some reason, because who in their right mind would try to attempt suicide by car with all the safety features built in? There's much more sure ways of doing that. And, like I say, I can only conjecture, but to me, this is even more suspicious than Scalia's death was.
Mm-hmm. And I've received phone calls from some of our instructors specifically on that topic.
And I guess it'll be a good time to push your button. The article in between that, the defense is broke. In Louisiana, they don't have the money to pay for public defenders. So people are going to have to spend more time in jail in the prison industrial complex because of that.
Yep. It's an absolute outrage. And the more I learn about the injustice system, the more I learn it's about procedure, twisted language that they use that we have not been taught. And that is the thing that we hire attorneys for. They are coders and decoders. And they know a little bit about procedure. It's not about right and wrong. It's not about the intent. It's about the letter of the law. Captain John Regan, thank you so much for being with us. I'll be with you tomorrow. By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration system and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
Have you checked your Google search results lately? Search results are usually the first impression that people form of you or your business, so make sure that they create a positive impression with ReputationDefender.com. What the internet says about you can have a big impact on your life and your livelihood, even if it's not true. Fortunately, you can now control how you look online and in online search results with ReputationDefender.com. Call 800-831-0771 now. That's 800-831-0771 for your free reputation analysis. If you have negative material from an ex-employee, upset patient, or former client, newspaper article, legal issue, social media, or other source showing up in your search results, you can combat it with ReputationDefender.com. Our dedicated experts in patented technology can help make your online search results look their best. Call 800-831-0771 to learn more. 800-831-0771. That's 800-831-0771. Or visit ReputationDefender.com.